My guidance counselor told me as a senior, she said, you need to go to the military because you are never making it in college.
Wow.
My brother was a college graduate, my sister was, but I was all into sports. My thing that I say to guys all the time, this is easy. I mean, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it. And that's the message that we have to, I feel like we have to get across to all our guys, that okay, you can do this. And when I go and talk to the guys,
which partner around here seems always fair and everybody respects? And it wasn't like a big guy. And I went to him and he was in corporate and I said, you know, that was something I wanted to do and here's what's going on and I'm thinking of doing this. The next thing I know, I'm working for him. So it's just a matter, you just have to kind of watch and see what's going on, but make sure you're always doing good work. That's what we all have to do. And it doesn't matter whether you're working in a firm or the DA's office or you're a solo practitioner, because your reputation is still the same. They're gonna say, oh, that, you know, Miss Boozer down there, oh boy, she go to court, she's gonna go, you know, to the bat for you. So it just comes back to what everybody said, your reputation and just being, and I think one thing to your integrity. You know, your reputation, your integrity, and just kind of just watching what you're
going
doing.
Into a place of employment, watch the way you dress. You may like to wear short skirts or you know, tight shirts or whatever after 5 o'clock, but from 9 to 5, make sure, I know, you know, some of us are voluptuous or whatever, make sure your clothes don't reveal your shape. A lot of places will tell you that in their company policies and guidelines. We don't want to see what they call cupping. Well, you know, sometimes we have black women, you know, you have the butt and it's going to show, but they call that cupping if the skirt is too tight. So, you know, just make sure you're dressing appropriately for the workplace so that if you do have that type of issue come up, they won't try to blame it on the way you dress. Because ultimately, if someone's harassing you, it's not your fault, but they will try to turn it around and say, oh, well, she dressed too sexy, or, you know, she was giving him the eye or whatever. Just don't give them any ammunition. Hopefully, none of you will have to go through that, but if you do, take the proper steps so that it doesn't happen to another person.
You want to look for the role you want to be in. If you want to be the general counsel, you want to look like a general counsel look so they can envision you in that role. And you know, the younger generation, I know y'all apart, we're tattooed up. Think about the tattoos before you get those tattoos, especially when you put them on places that you can't hide, because it does make a difference in corporate America. How many general counsels can you tell me that exist out there that got a tattoo that you can see? None of them. And these are the things that, you know, I tell my kids, you know, they're your ages or if not older, that you got to think for the future. Ma'am?
Hi. I just appreciate everyone's advice. It's one of the most invaluable panels I've attended. So we're talking about appearance in regards to black women and hair. I see everyone around has a different hairstyle, and a lot of black women would say, a lot of my friends, I do my hair because I need a job, point blank and period. So being up on the panel, I see, you know, every woman wears their hair differently, and I've heard of lawsuits in regards to hair, like people being fired because they refuse to give up a style. So how do you maintain that?
That one is a good question, because I can tell you, I started off in law school. I wore the little afro, the Malcolm X glasses, and all of that stuff, you know. But then when you get to corporate America, it's kind of different. Even getting to where I am now, it's been an evolution. I started off, I went and got the little perm. You know, that was a lot of work. And then I kind of established myself, where I felt like my reputation is grounded. People know me for who I am. I'm going to be who I want to be now. Now, you know, I don't care anymore, because I really do feel, now I don't think I've arrived. Don't get me there. But I'm to the point where I'm comfortable, and I don't think this is exotic. I don't think it's, you know, I'm not going to go in there with earrings dripping down to my boobs, because you see all of that. I'm not going to have stuff plastered. You know, I'm going to do what's comfortable for me, but realize that corporate America is judging us. And like I noticed, you have earrings. He doesn't have them in, and you took them off because you're where you are. And I'm not down to any. You can do what you want, but when you you just make sure whatever you do, once you get back to work, you ain't got the tattoos that everybody can see. Maybe they're nicely covered up. You just got to think for the future. I think as we get older, we're starting to think that, you know, you're going to have to accept me for I am, but you got to get in the door first. We're in the door. So yeah, we can do a whole lot of things. But until you get in that door, press that hair, well, you know, do all the things. And I hate to say it like, but that is the reality of it. And then even when you get there, you think, I want to go to these levels, I want to be a judge. Then, well, maybe I want to make my move down.
And if you're going to go and do private practice right out of law school, it probably doesn't matter. If you're looking at corporate, and that's the only I can speak for. I did recruiting with Exxon for a while, and DeMonica Gladney back there, she was on the recruiting committee as well. And there were certain schools, if you're in the top, 50% of your graduating class at Harvard, then we want to talk to you. If you're in the top 10 people in your class at some other schools, maybe you get an interview. So and they have these artificial cutoffs at every school out there. And so again, it depends on what you want to do. ExxonMobil is not for everybody, but there are a lot of firms that have the same thing. Because I would sit there at interviewing sessions with a lot of the major firms, and when they tell you they want the people in the top third of the class, if you're somewhere close to that, then you might still have a chance. I had a guy come and tell me, we finally got around to what his grades were. He said, well, I'm in the top 75%. I don't care how good you are on the interview. I can't sell you when I get back. So, where you go to school does matter if you're planning to go and get a job at certain places.
That was probably